Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Card Blitz. This is episode 45. I'm your host, Kelly Reed, joined by my good friend and buddy Patrick Marshall.
How's it
Patrick,
going,
how you
guys?
doing, dude?
Hey, Kelly, how you doing?
All right, man. It's just in the thick of it, busy as all get up, but I look forward to recording these episodes with you and talking cards and the hobby and everything else in
Yeah,
between, man.
yeah.
So,
I think it's gonna be a good one today. I'm excited. So
well, it's a Cowboy Sunday for both of us, apparently. So.
that's
Uh,
right.
we'll see how they do with the Eagles, right? It's going to be a tough one.
I'm picking them to win. I
The
think they
Cowboys,
come
and
out.
you're saying the
Yeah,
Cowboys right now. You're just going
I
to.
think the Cowboy. I think the Cowboys. If Dak Prescott plays like he has, I mean, I think he's. I think the offense can overcome Philly's lack of offense. I guess I should say. So
The thing that worries me is the Cowboys' lack of defense. I think that's an issue with the secondary and not
yeah,
much of a pass rush these days.
yeah. The pass rush is lacking, but I mean, you never know what's going to happen if they can get up. If they get up on the road, like or they get up like 14 points or something like that, or 10 points, that's gonna be tough.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Fingers crossed they get out to a good lead and the
yeah,
Cowboys get a victory on Sunday. So here we go.
yep,
Well, let's talk. You want to do like a little show and tell? You want to talk birthday boys? What do you want to get
yeah.
into?
We can do a little show and tell. So Kelly, in prelude of this episode we're doing today, I just was going through some old cards like I always do. Every single time you always get me. You start pulling my little heartstrings here, and I came out with a classic card that reminded me of my early collecting days when I first started. The one and only Jose Canseco.
Oh man,
And and what's interesting about this card is used to buy $12 boxes of 86 Donruss at my local stop and go in Houston. And you would guarantee yourself one or two of these every time. It was
and those,
amazing.
I was just saying, Jose, that card was hot
This was
for a
this
minute,
was
man.
this was the card, man. It was great. And a little tidbit on Jose Canseco. So his father, my dad worked for Amoco back in the day for oil and gas. Ozzy and Jose's father worked for Amoco as well. And I have a Torch magazine, which was the Amoco magazine with his name in it, talking about his son, how he's a baseball prospect. I'll have to show that one day
Oh,
for
that
show and
is
tell.
cool.
Yeah, it's
Very
pretty
cool,
neat.
man.
So,
Dude, you imagine if you had those ones, Amico, like summer picnics or something like that, pick up softball game, and you got the good Seiko brothers out there just bashing.
dude,
Like,
they're like 16 and they're hitting the ball out of the out of the park.
look, Dad.
Yeah, I'll do left-handed since you guys are no good. No problem.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious, man.
So I thought that was fun. I was like, oh yeah, I got to talk about this. And that was great. So, what about yourself? What did
For
you
show
get?
and tell, man, I've been working on my mid 70s sets. And so picked up three cards recently, and I'll show those off right now. Um, this guy here, Chuck Foreman,
Oh, nice. Yep.
Vikings.
That
Also,
looks like it's a nice shape too.
yeah, I try to get as quality condition card as I can.
Yeah.
The Juice,
Oh yeah. Yep.
and then finally this man who made Super Bowl nightmares for me, being
Yeah.
a Cowboys fan.
It's too bad he's not smiling.
Yeah, exactly, man. But as I say, now I'm with the 76 Topps football set, I'm now down to two cards.
Oh, nice. That's really
Uh,
good.
Drew Pearson,
Okay.
and then a very special running backs rookie card.
Yes. Yeah.
And that rookie card is going to cost me a pretty penny. So I don't know if I'm going to finish the 76 set this year. It might be in the future, but dude, I'm excited. When you start seeing the finish line and you're almost there on completing a set, like that excitement, that joy, I'm there, man. I'm on the cusp, and I got to budget accordingly. But
Yep.
I want to complete it and just say check, done.
So when you finish that set, you can just go, man, this was sweetness. I finished it.
That's right. It will be so sweet with sweetness, man. And
That's
I do
right.
know that with that card, I'm going to buy a graded one. So
Yeah.
preserve it long term, keep the condition. I don't know if I'll get like an investment copy or if I'll just buy like a collector's copy. Like that a nice mid grade.
Yeah.
3, 4, or 5 versus spending the big bucks on a 7 or 8.
I just think having that card in your collection is really cool. I mean, I'm chasing that card as well, and I keep forgetting about it. I've got the second, third, fourth, fifth years. I've
Hmm.
got a couple of those graded, but yeah, getting the rookie graded would be really cool. I'd agree with you.
Speaking of sweetness, man, I just upgraded on my 77 set, that second year Walter Payton card.
Okay.
I had, I traded for it like 30 years ago. It had like a little line, like someone had an ink pen and a mark.
Oh, yeah.
So now I got one that's unblemished. But it's a good replacement. And again, it'll probably just be a binder set. I like to put my sets in binders and like look through them and
Yeah.
enjoy the cards one by one.
Yeah. I'd agree with you. Cool, man. That's
Yeah.
great.
So that's what I've been up to in the
Yeah,
card world is trying to finish 76 Sops football set.
that's right. That's good because they don't make them anymore, and they're not easy to find in
No,
mint
man,
condition.
even like if you look at like mid 70s baseball, like to find like quality condition cards, it's going to cost you a pretty penny now,
You're going to pay
man. It's
for it. Yeah.
expensive. It's not like growing up when we were kids in the hobby or teenagers, where it's like, oh, hey, these
Yeah.
are all like nickel and dime cards. No, they've gone up in price tremendously.
Yeah. I'd agree. So you just skip lunch one day during the week, pick yourself up a $10 card, no
I
problem.
gotta
$15
budget
card.
wisely, sir. Well,
Stop having drinks. Stop having drinks. You'll save like $20 a week.
let's get into the birthday boy, man. Who's on deck today? Who we
All
got?
right. So today's birthday, November 23rd, is Mr. Adam Eaton. This
Oh,
right here is actually his rookie card. The first card I looked up, I was kind of surprised that I had his rookie, but I think when he was coming up, I mean, he was quite the prospect for the Padres. So he had a few good years. I think his problem was I don't think he could stay healthy all the time. So he was one of those, from what I remember, one of those power pitchers back in the day. Through he tried to overthrow, I think.
hmm.
Um, but he did have three complete games. I think in his career, 71 wins. ERA hovering around 4. I mean, he played in the Major League Baseball for 9 years. I would say that's a success. So
Uh, I think he has about 9 more years than you and I combined. So
yes,
yes, he is a
correct.
success.
That's correct. I think his best year, he had 11 wins one year. So and he was and something like in I think it was 2006 or 2007, something like that, where his record away from Petco Park, which was supposed to be a pitcher stadium, he was like 8-1 on the road, something
Yeah,
like that. So then that was a year, I guess, right before he came to the Rangers.
yeah,
So
that would have been an '05 because he got
oh
traded to
five,
the
okay,
Rangers in '06, and we all thought, oh, this guy, he's going to solidify our
yeah,
rotation. He's going to be the man, and then he goes and gets like injured immediately, and he's out for half a season. And
yeah. But I remember it was something about his finger. It was something minor, and you're like, okay, is this guy tough or what's going on? He was supposed to be our number 2 guy. So
exactly,
for the
man,
Rangers,
solidifying
yeah.
it. Just nope, no
I
dice.
totally remember that. Wow. Bringing back some memories I haven't thought of in a long time.
Well, when you mentioned Adam Eaton, I went digging through mine, and I went to trading card database because I'm like, well, what's one of his first cards, and I found a '97 Bowman card of his. So
Wow.
let me show that off. This is his Bowman first from back in the day, man.
Oh, I remember that set. I may have that card. That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
'97 Bowman.
97. Wow. That's
Yeah.
okay.
So, and the interesting thing I found about this card is that he coming up with the Phillies, and apparently he got traded to the Padres
Yep.
before he got his MLB starts in his career, and then to come back to the Phillies,
Yeah, that's
oh
right.
seven, I believe. I think he left the Rangers and went straight over to the Phillies, and he didn't even play on like the World Series winning Phillies team. He was a part of
Yeah.
that roster during the season in '08, but. He didn't make any impact in the World Series for the Phillies, but I'm sure he
Okay.
got a ring being a part of the organization. But I thought that was interesting, like how it was kind of full circle. Like he's coming up through the minor leagues with them, and then
Yeah.
you're there with the organization when they get a title.
Well, that's the beauty of baseball. You never know what contributions he may have made that have changed to get them at that point.
Hmm.
It's unfortunate they have to have a postseason lineup, and if you're not included on that, I mean, I guess you could feel slighted in some way. But if you're injured most of the time, I guess it's understandable because at the end of the day, you should want to win and you want to get that title.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure he's like sharing knowledge with like
Oh yeah,
the young bucks that are coming up in the organization and on that roster and saying, "Hey, look, here's what I can share with you." And all in pursuit for a title. And that, obviously is the goal of every team is to win it all.
yeah, I agree. Yep. So yeah, but I mean, he had a good career. So I mean, he was a Major League Baseball pitcher, which is like you said, more than you and I. So and
The man turned he's 48 today, correct?
48. That's right. Yep.
So Adam, if you want to jump on board, man, just reach out to Patrick and I. We can talk cards, we can talk baseball, whatever tickles your fancy, man. Just give us a shout.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, man, let's talk a little bit about like this impulse purchases because I don't know if that happens to you very often where you see a card either at a card show or online and you're like, man, I gotta have this card. Do
You
you
know what
ever do
happened?
that?
Yeah. Yeah. So not to interrupt, but you know what used to happen to me. So it's been a little while since I've bought too many cards. I've been like just kind of going through my cards and I'm putting together like missing pieces like you are here and there.
Mhm.
I was a sucker for these things back in the day. Like these little sets, these little
Right?
KB sets. Anytime these things would come out, I would have to get them.
Those are your impulse purchases
I
back in
mean,
the
these would
day.
be because I'm like, ooh, limited edition. I've got to get them, and I've probably got about 9 more boxes of these, and I have them all in folders to look at. But I enjoy looking at them now. But I'm shocked at who some of the all stars were back in the day that are
That
included on these sets.
that is gold, man. You
Remember
found
these
some
things?
nuggets, man. Look at
Look
that.
at the
The
KB
checklist
set, young superstars, which is pretty cool. I mean,
with Frank
but
Viola.
but Brian Fisher. Okay, I'm not quite sure. I mean, I know a lot about baseball, and so do you, Kelly. But I couldn't tell you what team Brian Fisher's on. So I mean, yeah, Frank Viola, Andy Van Slyke, Juan Samuel, who I was in love with that guy. I thought he was going to be the next big thing. Um, but Roger McDowell,
Hmm.
Oddibe McDowell. So
Yeah,
um,
Ranger great there.
yeah,
Oddibe.
pretty cool. Chris Brown for the Giants. Man, he was supposed to be one of those can't miss. Julio Franco,
Yeah.
Mr. Julio Franco played to his like 56 or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like oldest ever to hit a home run.
Yeah,
The
I mean it's
Braves.
yeah, pretty cool. But I used to this used to get me. There's actually something in
Was
here.
that like
What's
a mid 80s kind of thing?
Yeah, I was. This is when my heyday of collecting. Ooh, I've got all the original stickers. See, cool.
Oh man,
I got to keep these away from my son because he likes to put them everywhere. Ooh, I got some bonus for you guys.
look at
Rod
that.
Carew.
Mad hit.
Oh, speaking of the man I was just talking about, Juan Samuel. Here he is. Brett Saberhagen, Cal Ripken. You can't go wrong
Dude,
with Cal Ripken. I mean, back in
that
the
is
day, he
definitely an
was a
all-star. Definitely,
yeah.
man.
And then Kirby Puckett was just the man back in the day too.
Hmm.
So, and we'll get into a little bit more about this man in a moment. But
Oh, you know it.
this is, I mean, I don't know if some people say, well, that's not really impulse buying. Back in the day when you had limited cash flow and this was like a $20 box, it was an impulse buy.
Well,
Like,
yeah, especially in the mid 80s. I mean,
yeah,
minimum wage was like 3.35 an hour in Texas. So,
yeah,
you're looking at 6 or 7 hours of work before taxes, So take out the taxes, you're gonna probably work 8 or 9 hours. And as a high school kid, that's a big purchase.
yeah. I read somewhere, I found an old newspaper clipping from 1991 or 1990, and they had like a 1988 or 87 Donruss the Rookies box for sale. And one
Hmm.
of the dealers had it for $38.95. And I think now you could probably buy it for $20 on a complete set.
But at the
So
time, I mean, if you look at like, you know, uh, today's dollars back then, if you're
yeah,
looking at 38, 38 bucks, 39 bucks, and minimum wage is $3, 3.35, and most kids today, they're making what, like 10 bucks an hour at their fast food place.
yeah,
So imagine that's 10 hours of labor or 13 hours. Well, here, 13 times 10, that's a $130 box of cards. So, yeah, it's kind of relative. Like, that's a big purchase back then.
yeah, yeah. So I don't, some people may say that's not an impulse buy, but for me, I was like, okay, go to Toys R Us. Ooh, I got to have that.
That's the
I
first
would,
ones I thought of
I would
when you
buy it.
showed that. I was like, Toys R Us purchases.
Yeah. And it was cool. And then you'd look at it and you go, okay, all right, Barry Bonds is in there. That's cool. Okay. Rod Carew. Okay. And then you're like, who are these other guys? Oh, well, I'll just put them in a binder. And those
Cal
binders I
Ripken
haven't
Jr. though,
touched.
I mean, by the mid '80s, that was hot, man. He'd won a
Yeah,
World Series and solidifying himself as Orioles shortstop there. So,
yeah. Cal
you know,
Ripken was he was the man. Everybody wanted Cal Ripken. We'll put it that way. So
yeah, definitely, man.
yeah,
Getting into that, I mean, so like the good of that is like the emotional boost you got,
yeah,
like adrenaline rush of, hey, I'm getting this cool set, and versus random wax pack pools. But still, I
yeah.
mean, that's one of the rewards of like an impulse purchase.
Yeah, I think that was my, because back in the day I used to be big about collecting sets, putting them together. And I was like, oh, here's a set already put together. So maybe that had some subliminal effect on me, and the fact that it was right there in front of me and I could get it and I could afford it because I saved up.
Yeah.
So
Well, and also what the good of that is like what, 30 years later, 40 years later, the nostalgia and the memories associated with that purchase, it's all good because it takes
yeah,
you back to that point in time and you're happy.
yeah. When I was looking at those, I go, oh, what are these in this box? I'm like, oh, I got to talk about these. I used to buy these left and right. So that was my impulse buying, guys.
Well,
What about you, Kelly?
currently though, you would say that's a low stake reward, man. Like,
Yeah,
you didn't spend a lot back then. I mean, back then it was relative though, so it feels like you spent a lot. In today's dollars, you're like, oh, $20 is nothing.
I've always liked the oddball stuff, though. Something unique and different about it, rather than going and getting the box, the wax box, and opening up all the packs. Something just, the Wonder Bread, like we
Something a little
mentioned.
different, huh?
Yeah, talked about, just limited edition, like the Nestle ones that came in the, hot chocolate and like, I mean, just all those kind of different things back in the day. Hostess, those are pretty neat. So,
And then like the was it the Coca-Cola cards that came out, and
yeah,
I remember that more from like the early '90s and the
that's
'80s.
right. Yeah.
Um, for me, like I think about like the bad of these impulse purchases. Like, sometimes you buy things and then it turns out that you might have blown your budget on something that doesn't bring you that happiness years later, and you're like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
What was I thinking? And the card that shows me that is this slabbed Junior Caminero rookie card.
Yeah. Gotcha. Is that a
I
nine?
mean,
I can't, is it a nine or what do you got on there?
it's a 9.5.
9.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I still enjoy the card. I'm following the player now, but you know, I kind when I first got back to the hobby, I'm like listening to these podcasts and
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, Junior Caminero, man, he's going to be a hot up and comer. You need to go ahead and get your cards now, and I fell into that hype of impulse purchase of like, yeah, I need to get this now because he could be like the next big thing, and he's a good player, he's solid, he's having a good career with the Rays right now, but is he reaching like Shohei Ohtani numbers? Of course not. There's one unicorn, and then there's like the good, and then the rest. And so it's
Yeah.
like
That's right.
I think Kip is gonna have a solid career, and I think he's a solid hitter, man. I mean, he's doing well with the Devil Rays this past season, but I didn't see the result of and time will tell. I mean,
Yeah.
what if this guy ends up hitting 500 plus home runs?
I know.
Yeah,
Yep.
but sometimes
Probably youth is on his side. So
yeah, I just when I'm putting my card sets together, and I think, man, the dollars, like, you know, do I like the card? Sure, it's cool, but would I've been better served putting that in like the card sets I'm trying to complete? And this, being honest with you, man, I paid about $15 like 2 years ago,
okay.
so it's not a big purchase, but I looked on eBay last night getting ready for today, and you can buy one of these for $15 plus shipping.
Yeah. It
So,
well it adds up, $15 here, $15 there, and then all of a sudden
well,
you're
it's
on your
$15 equal one Drew Pearson
yeah,
1976 top football card. It's opportunity cost, and I
yeah,
chose to spend my money here a couple of years ago versus having those funds immediately available right here, right now.
that's right. Yep. Yep. That happened. I mean, that's the greatness of the hobby though. It's fun.
Oh
You can
yeah, man. But the ugly of all of this is like and I know you and I haven't done this, but maybe some of our viewers have. The idea of like participating in like pack breaks online or going to the hobby shop every week, and you bust out your credit card and you're just buying wax left and right, like those
yeah,
impulse purchases. Oh, this is now in. Like there could be some financial consequences if you're not, you know, disciplined with your budget.
Yep.
And then bad things can happen, like real world like consequences. Because you're going crazy with your credit card, or you got stacks of cards and you don't know how to organize them and you don't know what you're doing and you're like, what am I? The impulse purchases, man. There's good, there's bad, and then there's ugly. And
Yeah,
so,
that's right. Yeah.
what are your thoughts on the ugly side? Have you put much thought into that?
The ugly is once you and I reconnected and we got back into cards was going through 800 count boxes of all the wax packs that we used to buy back in our days. Would go out for lunch and would stop by the LCS
Hmm.
and would go in there and I'd be like, oh, what is that? I've never even heard of that. Okay, I got to buy let me get 3 of those and 4 of those. Open them up, literally put them back in the wrapper and put them in a box. I
And
mean,
now you got
so
to sort them all out and go,
so
well, what is
basically,
this?
I could have driven down the tollway, rolled the window down, and put a 20 out the window, just let it go. Because I mean, it got ugly. I was like just buying them because it was the new cards that were coming out, like you mentioned, and I'm trying to catch up. I had a little lapse of college got in the way, and a little lapse of 5 or 6 years, and I'm like, okay, what are these cards? Oh, I got to get this. Who's this player? Of course, who follow baseball, but yeah,
Hey man,
the impulse buy on
I
those.
distinctly remember though when you and I were working together,
Yeah.
um, and so it's like back in that era in the early aughts, like there were so many manufacturers and so many
Yes.
card sets coming out, and it's like every time you went to the card shop, there was something new, and so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, look, we were working, we weren't made of money, so it's like how you spent your money. You got to be disciplined, man. You got to have a budget. And you got to know what you're fine with, like you said, rolling down the window, throwing money out the window.
Well, I think what's unique now is a lot of the younger collectors that collect, a lot of the newer,
Mhm.
the 2025, 2026. I think there's a little bit more. There's more. They know when things are coming out. Like when there's a release of something that's coming out, like basketball just came out of tops. I mean, if you're a basketball guy, I'm sure you just wait for that. Get yourself a couple hobby boxes, and go to town and rip wax. Back in the day when we would go into the LCS, I wasn't really aware of when things were being released or what was the next thing that was coming around the corner. So every single time we went in, like you said, there was something new.
The era is different though
Yeah.
now with technology versus
Yep.
back in even in the early aughts when you had internet and the cell phone was just kind of coming around. Again, there was the information, the way it was dispersed and shared. Oh, hey, this might be coming out next month, might not. We don't know the dates. And yeah,
Yeah.
you
It,
mentioned the hobby box thing, and I heard this on another podcast recently. Um, like a box of like 2025 uh, Topps Chrome basketball. Those boxes are like 300 or 400 bucks a pop now.
$389 I saw.
Okay,
I mean, I was shocked.
that's like 400, right? We'll just
Well, I
round.
mean, so if you do an impulse buy on that, dude, I mean, okay, you're talking about the equivalent of money over time. I don't think anything compares to that. I mean, that's something that's 15 years in the future kind of money for me. I mean, the way I look at it, but maybe I'm not,
Well,
maybe I'm not that collector. So I'm a little bit different, but I could see how that could be a tough decision for somebody going, okay, it's coming out. What do I do? All right. Okay. Oh,
well, yeah,
forget
like I
about it.
said,
I'm just getting it. Let's impulse buy it.
limited budget, discretionary income.
Yep.
There are folks that, obviously they make good money. And so for them, their $400 is a drop in the bucket compared to what maybe the average working class person, and what their free money is.
Yeah.
It's two different games. But it's also the gambling aspect. It's also
Yep.
the FOMO, the fear of missing out aspect. And so there's a lot of ugly in this hobby, man. And there's some good, but there's a lot of ugly too. And so,
Yeah.
I guess maybe getting viewers' thoughts on that in the comments below, like letting us know their thoughts on the good, the bad, the ugly of these impulse purchases, and how does that impact people's lives?
And the funny thing is, the good and the ugly both drive the industry. So I mean, it's pushing it in a direction that's obviously made it grow tenfold.
Hmm.
And you and I mean, I enjoy discussions on baseball and collecting. I mean, it's great, and I'm glad that more people are open to it. But yeah, you're right. It's the new versus the old. how do you blend it together and make it work cohesively? And there's some impulse buying involved, and it could go for vintage guys like us too. I mean, I could, go out and say, oh, I got to have a Dave Parker rookie. Look at it. It's looking at me. It's smiling at me. It's a PSA 6. I got to have it. Well, I don't maybe really need it, but it's something that I remember. I love that card. So the 74 tops, I may buy it. So
Well, when the nostalgia bug hits, and it's
that's
like,
right.
and you always hear those stories about folks that come back in the hobby like ourselves, and they're like, "Oh, I've always wanted these cards," and it's like
Mm-hmm.
a top 10 list, and they're like knocking them out, and so it's like that in a sense might be some of the low-hanging fruit because of when you wanted those cards back in the day. Maybe some of them have gone up in value, some haven't, but or price. But you know, when you're in the moment right now, and it's the whole idea of like, hey, am I getting the one of five or the one of one, or am I getting, you know, uh, I'm sure, our man for the Mavericks here, Mr. Flag,
Yeah.
like obviously he in Dallas, he's a hot commodity, and so. Topps Basketball 2025 comes out, Series 1 or whatever, or the series. How many Mavericks fans, how many kids are like, "Hey, I got to have this Cooper Flag card. I've
Yeah.
got to get this because, he's the face of the team. He's on the box." How does that impact their impulse purchases?
Yeah. I almost feel like I'm already behind. I couldn't tell you what his rookie cards are right now. And it's just it's rookie year. I mean, with some of his cards coming out, I'm kind of lost. I couldn't tell you just
Oh,
because of having so many options, so many choices, and then what's going to drive a one of one here, of one of 10 here. I'm like, I don't know where to go. I don't know which direction to go. So I think you impulse buy the wax box or the hobby box, and you go, I'm guaranteed to get something in here. That's your mindset.
guaranteed something.
Yeah,
It could be
something.
good, it could be bad, it could be ugly.
Yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I can hear the old Western music playing now.
Clint Eastwood holding up
Yeah,
like packs of cards.
they should do a commercial with the Clint Eastwood before you buy. Know this.
Public service announcement.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, PSA could do a PSA with Clint Eastwood, dude. I'm telling you, the marketing could be out of control.
Well, like you look at Wemby cards right now. They're going to the moon right now. And,
He's developing as a good player. I mean, his numbers are up all around, but I think he's just popular. I mean, it's just there's no other way around it. I mean, the Spurs are going to be a good team with him.
yeah, well, what I was gonna say about that though is the fact that again, that drives the impulse purchases because how many people are like, I got to get on the Wimby train now before I miss out,
Yeah,
and buying whatever PSA 10 or BGS 10 or you know those are like your market leaders, I guess, in a sense right now, or CGC.
yeah,
You're trying to get the high grade card because you want it to increase in value over time.
yeah.
So. Well,
Gotcha.
man, I mean, this episode is flown. So
Yeah,
I guess we'll just get into the Stump Patrick edition, unless you
yeah.
want to
But no,
talk
but no,
about some
our,
of the
our, our
cards.
next episode is gonna be great, guys. We're gonna talk. We're gonna get deep into a set that I want to get into, but maybe we should save that for next time.
All right, we can do that. Well, let me find your Stump Patrick edition question. All right, and here we go, man. All right, what year? What year did a fourth major card manufacturer enter the baseball card market? What year did a fourth major card baseball card manufacturer enter the market? Was it A, 1981, B, 1988, C, 1989, or D, 1984?
Ooh, this is tricky, and this is not assuming that they've already been in the market before.
It's a major card manufacturer, baseball card manufacturer, entering baseball
For the
card
first for the
hobby.
first time.
First time.
First time.
1981, 1988, 1989, 1984.
I'm gonna go 1981, and it's gonna be Donruss. Is my answer.
And it says that you and 19.3% of America are wrong.
Oh, okay.
So you had Tops, and you
Yep.
had Fleer and Don Russ.
No, Fleer. No, we had Tops, Fleer, and Bowman back in the day because they were around in the late 40s. So then that's why I thought
But
Donruss
were
would
they
be
a
the.
current manufacturer in the 80s?
Okay, so
at this
that's
point.
what I was. Okay, I got you. Okay, but 89 Bowman was my first initial guess coming
That,
back into the.
that would have been a good guess.
Yeah,
um, the correct answer is 1988.
1988. Okay,
So, do you remember which manufacturer came out with baseball cards in '88?
I should, but no.
We're stumped. We're stumped. We're like, ah.
Yeah, I am stumped because there's a lot. I have a lot of different numbers going in my head. Tell me.
Uh, Pretty ugly designs. It starts with the letter S, ends with the letter E.
Score? Oh
Yes,
God, I didn't
score.
even think about score. I got hundreds of those cards.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Show your late '80s edition. You're like,
the multicolored yellow, green, purple, red. I didn't even think about score.
right,
Man,
man.
I
They're
didn't score on
ugly,
this
weren't
one. I
they?
didn't score on this one, guys. Sorry.
Score zero.
Good one. I totally forgot about those. I totally wiped those kind of out of my collecting mind. I think that's why. So,
Yeah, they were that atrocious, that abysmal. You're like, no score. We're out. We're
and the next one that's close to that are start with an S as well. Came out a couple years before that. Sports flicks.
Would
Remember
you
those?
consider Sportflix a major
No,
card
I wouldn't
company?
say they're major, but I kind of put those out of. I took the score and the sports
I need
flicks
to
and
find whatever Sportflix cards I have, and
dude,
I'll
let's
just
do an
balance
episode
sheet.
on sport. Let's do an episode on sports flicks. That'd be great.
One of these days. Well, let me find mine. You find yours. We'll talk
Okay.
Sportflix. I really thought you were going to go with 1989.
Yeah, I was going to do with 89 Bowman because I remember there were bigger, right? There were bigger cards, right, than the
Hmm.
standard issue. But then I thought it was a trick question with Topps, Fleer, and Bowman already being major manufacturers. So Donruss was hadn't been introduced yet until 81. So that's why I
Well,
went
I
with
thought you
that.
were going to go with 89 at Upper Deck.
Oh, Upper Deck too. Well, that would
Yeah,
have been
and
yeah.
that when I think of 1989, I think Upper Deck. I don't think of Bowman immediately. I think of Upper Deck.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Okay. I guess Upper Deck's just part of the main they're part of they're part of our collage of cards already, so I don't think of them as yeah, you're right.
Sure, you're right though about Bowman in '89. I forgot about their oversized cards, trying to get that retro look, and we
Yeah.
should we should look at those cards too, man. I got to see what I got and
I,
organize my collection
I
the
think I've got a
room.
sweet Bo Jackson card of those 89 Bowman and Ken Griffey Jr. I mean it's pretty I mean they're cool, but I don't know. I don't display them or
The Ken
anything.
Griffey Jr. card though, that is a nice looking card, man. You should show
Yeah.
that off one of these days.
Yeah, I will. I've got it pulled aside because I'm about to put together a display in my office slash bedroom, which is going to be cool, and I'll have to show you guys one day when I get it complete. So
Well, man, yeah, that's kind of a big thing in the hobby too. Is everyone's showing off their card rooms, and
I
I'm
love
like,
it. Yeah, it's cool, man.
all
It's
right.
man caves that just if cards pushed us to be who we really are inside as sports fans, so be it. That's it.
Well, I was gonna say, like our buddy Mark Ford over at Stream of Card Consciousness, he has a card like shelf. Like
Yeah,
he has a very small collection. He keeps it like all in like one area, like a couple of boxes. That's it. Like he doesn't have a massive hoard of cards. He's like, he goes through them. He's always auditing. He's cleaning out. Hey, I don't want this. I'm trading this. I'm selling this. And then he's very selective on what he purchases. So. I give him kudos, whereas the rest of the world, hobby world, it seems like, yeah, it's like, hey, look at this spacious, 800 square foot room I've got of nothing but cards, and they're on the walls and in a vault, and
yeah,
showing off their collection. So it takes all types. There's no right or wrong way to enjoy this hobby. But yeah, let's think of the good, the bad, the ugly. Let viewers let us know their thoughts on all aspects, man. Not only the financial part, but yeah, everything else that goes with that too.
yeah, yeah. I agree. So that's
Well,
good, man. This has been enjoyable, Kelly.
any parting words, man? It's fast and furious today.
No, I look forward to the next episode. I think so we're heading into the holidays. I mean, it's good. It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna
hopefully,
do a special edition on Tuesday or Wednesday, I'd imagine, heading into Thanksgiving, and look forward to that episode too. Talking some Thanksgiving stuff.
that's right. Yep, sounds good. Let's go Cowboys, and let's get ready for football.
Let's do that, man. It's a football
Yeah,
Sunday. Go Cowboys! Uh, CardBlitz fans, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Take care, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Yep. See you guys.